Slicing for list modifications.
Which one?
Slicing for list modifications.
Slicing for, okay, Aparna. Slicing for list modification. Okay. Which are the parameters that is used in string slicing? Tushar? Yes, we can take the seminar. Okay.
Ma'am, I don't know.
Why it is so, Tushar?
Ma'am, because I guess I didn't write the whole topic.
Then it is in the textbook.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, Rahul.
Can you repeat the question?
Which are the values that is used in slicing? That is within that square bracket, which values are used?
Empty list pattern.
What, Rahul?
Empty list.
Within that square bracket, we are giving some values. Which are the values? Rahul and Tushar, you write that answer for that question 5 times and send it to me. Okay. Okay. Thompson then?
Ma'am, I didn't hear the question.
Which are the values that is included at the time of slicing?
Start value,
Yes.
stop value, and step value.
Okay. That is start, stop, and step value. Okay. Start value is for representing the starting value, and stop value is for representing the stop value, and step value is for representing the incrementation value. That stop value is not included in the result. Okay. So, Alan, can we start, Alan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next one, who is the next one after Alan? Who is the next person?
Ma'am, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Ma'am, can I start?
Okay, Alan.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Alan, here to present the seminar on the topic operators. So, what is an operator? Operators are special symbols which are represent computation. They are applied on operand which can be values or variables. So the next one is types of operators. There are mainly two types of operators, unary and binary. Unary operators have only one operand, example 7 and -3, etc. Binary operators have two or more operands, example 5 plus 6 and 5 into 4. Now, operators are categorized into arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, assignment operators, membership operators, identify operators, and slicing operators. So the first one is arithmetic operators. The first operator is modulo operator. Example 5 modulo 2. Here we are taking the remaining remainder, not the quotient. 5 modulo 2 is 1. And the next one is addition, example 5 plus 2. And the next one is subtraction, example 5 minus 2. Then the next one is multiplication, example 5 into 2. The next one is division, example 10 divided by 2. And
Alan, give the result also.
The next one is floor division. So here we are taking 5 divided by 2. So we have to take the we don't take the decimal part. So the exponent value of 5 example 5 divided by 5 exponent 2. So it is 25. So the next one is precedence of operators. It's like the board mass. First we should do the brackets, exponent, and the next one is multiplication, division, floor division, and the modulo operator are the same line. And the next set is addition and subtraction. So we have to do one example. 12 plus 3, 3 into 4 minus 6 divided by 2. Here look, the multiplication and division are the same line. So we should start from the left side. So 12 plus 3 into 4, it is 12, and minus 6 divided by 2, it is minus 3. So 12 plus 12, it is 24, and minus 3. So 24 minus 3 is 21. So the next operator is relational operator. Relational operators are used for comparing the result in either true or false. So the first one is less than symbol. For example, 7 less than 10, it's true, and 8 less than 2, it is false. The next symbol is greater than symbol. 10 greater than 2, it is true, and 2 greater than 10 is false. Less than equal to. So here we are doing checking either one. If it is 2 less than 5, it is true. And here 7 less than or equal to 5. So here it is 7 is not equal to 5 and 7 is not less than 5. So it is false. And less greater than or equal to. So 7 greater than 6, it is true. 7 greater than 10, it is false, and 7 is not equal to 10. So it is false. And the next symbol is not equal to. Here 1 is not equal to true, it is true. And the false. Next one is 1 is equal to 1. It is false. And the next one is equal to operator. 7 is equal to 7, it is true. And 7 is equal to 8, it is false. And the next one is logical operators. It is used to compare two relational expressions. There are mainly 3 logical operators: and, or, not. So we can check and. If both operands are true, then the condition became true. The example is 5 less than 9 and 5 less greater than 4. It is true. Here 5 less than 9 is true and 5 greater than 4 is true. So the both operands are true. Then the answer will be true. And the next operator is or. If any one of the operand is true, then the condition becomes true. Example 5 less than 1 less than 5 and 5 greater than 3. It is here 5 greater than 3 is true. So the answer will become true. Not. It reverses the state of operand or condition. Example not true is equal to false. Here in the bracket it is true. Then it is false. Here the next one is not false is equal to true. Shorthand or augmented assignment operators. The shorthand assignment operator is a combination of binary operation and assignment. Here plus and equal to. Here added and assigned back to the result to the left operand. So the example is x plus or equal to 2. If x is equal to 10, then x is equal to x plus 2. Here 10 plus 2 is equal to 12. And minus and equal to. Here x minus equal to 2. So the answer will be x is equal to x minus 2. Multiplied and assigned equal to. So here x multiply into equal to 2. So x equal to x into 2. Divided and equal to. X divided equal to 2. Here answer is x is equal to x divided by 2. And modulo operator is like that. X mod equal to 2. Here x is equal to x mod 2. And the exponent operator and equal to. X exponent equal to 2. Then the answer is x is equal to x equal to x is equal to x exponent 2. And the floor division. and are equal to, then it is x floor 2 is equal to x is equal to x floor division by 2. So next operator are membership operators. It is used for checking whether a particular character exists in the given string or not. There are two types of membership operators, in and not in. In. It returns true if a character or substring exists in the given string. The example is H, capital letter H in hello is equal to true. And the next one is H in hello. Here the H is in the small letter and in the string it is capital letter. So it is false. Not in. It returns if a character or substring does not exist in the given string. LOO not in hello. It is true. And LO not in hello. It's equal to false. Identity operators. Identity operators are used to compare the object if both operands are actually the same object and share the same memory location. There are two types of identity operators, is and is not. The first one is is. It returns true if both variables are pointing to the same object. And the second one is not. It returns true if both variables are not in the same objects. Example is p is equal to 100 and q is equal to p. Here p is q. Then it both have the same memory location. Then it is true. The next one is r is equal to 500 and r is p. And it is false. R is not p. Slicing operator. Slicing is used to retrieve a subset of values. A slice of string is nothing but a substring. This extracted substring is termed as a slice. So in slicing, there are three main equations or the three main substrings or something. Start, stop, and step. Here the start value, and then we can do an example. Here it is start value is equal to 0, then the stop value is equal to 3, and step value is equal to 1. So x is equal to welcome. We should start look the start value. Start value it is w, and the step value then it is WEL. We should not take the stop value. We should stop before that. So here WEL. The next one is x is equal to 5. Start value is 0. Then the stop value is 5, and the step value is 2. So here the W, then L, and O. We should not take the stop value. That's all from me. Thank you and have a nice day.
Any doubt, children? Alan, ask questions.
Ma'am, you can ask.
What, Alan?
Ma'am, you can ask the question.
You just ask. I will call the names.
Okay, ma'am. What is a keyword?
Keyword.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Alan Varghese. Alan Varghese. Kevin.
Ma'am, predefined words that have meaning in Python.
Okay. Then Alan, take the logical operator slide. I'm asking question to you, Alan. You are not responding.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Not for you, Alan. Alan Varghese. Okay, Alan, you take that logic. Alan Joshi, you take that logical operator slide. Next slide. Okay. Here in the case of 4, what happened? 1 less than 5, it is an example for, okay, Alan. Here this 1 less than 5 and 5 greater than 3 is an example for or no. Here you are using the same AND operator. Okay. No problem. It just the answer is correct, but it is based on this or no. Okay, no problem. Then take that in and not in. In and not in slide. Okay. Previous one. Next one. Okay. Here in the case of this H in hello, you want to give this H and hello within single quotes. Okay, because H is a string and HELLO is also a string. Okay. Here also H and hello, and in the case of LOO and hello also. Okay, keep that string. Here we are using strings, so keep that word within single quotes. Okay. Otherwise, it was good, Ellen. Very good. Then next person, is it Anjana?
Ma'am.
Are you ready, Anjana?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let us start. Anjana?
Ma'am, 1 minute.
Okay, okay. What happened, Anjana?
Now can you see the screen?
Yes, yes. Now it was okay, okay.
Good afternoon. I'm Anjana Sunil. I'm here to take a seminar on the topic keywords. Keywords are a result of by Python interpreted to recognize the structure of program. Examples of keyword: true, false, if, while, and for. Literals of they are a fixed number or non-numeric value is called literal. It can be defined as number, text, or other data that represents values to be stored in variables. Literals are also known as constants. There are 5 types of literals: string literals, numeric literals, floating literals, Boolean literals, and collection literals. String literals are enclosed in double quotes or single quotes. Then numeric literals, they are whole numbers. Floating literals, they are a fractional part, and Boolean literals, it is either 0 or 1. And string literals, it is enclosed in a set of values assigned in a single variable. Delimiters can be used as separators of values, or examples are bracket, curly bracket, etc. Input function is used to get data from the user while working with script mode. Enables us to accept an input in the form of string from the user without evaluating its value. The function input continues to read text from the user until it encounters a new line. The examples of input is A is equal to int, enter one digit, or A is equal to int, input, enter one digit in the bracket. Thank you, ma'am. That's all.
Anjana, ask questions. Anjana,
Ma'am, what are identifiers?
Abarna, okay, Basuri, give answer for that question, Basuri. Irene, Sanjana,
Ma'am, the name of any function or variable.
okay. The next topic. Who is the next person? Is it Alan Verghese? Alan Thomas and Alan Verghese. If you are not taking the seminars on time, I will not give mark for seminar. Okay. If any doubt related with the topic, you just message me. I will clarify. Okay. Okay, we can move to the next topic. So next topic after slicing. It is use of slicing for list modification. Is it over? This topic? Yes. No. Abhilash? Is it over?
Ma'am, we started and we're halfway through, but I don't know if it's over or not.
Okay, okay. Okay. So next it is use of slicing for list modification. So here we can use the slicing method for modifying a list. Okay, for modifying a list, we can use this slicing operation. All of you switch on the video. So here, in this case, I'm using a list. Okay, here L is the list. Within this list, I am using 3 values. That is 1, 2, 3. Then I want to update this 1 and 2 with new value. That is list modification. I want to modify this list with new value. Instead of 1, I want to place digit 1. And instead of 2, I want to place digit 2. How it is possible? Just look here. Here the L content it is 1, 2, 3. I want to update this L using L 0:2, which is equal to 0,1. Means the 0 to 2 position are replaced with the values 0 and 1. Okay, that means here this is the position. For using this slicing method, we are taking a position from this L. Okay, so what is L of 0:2, Tom Sinton? What is L of 0:2?
0 to 1.
0 to 1. That is, here this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. This 2 is the stop value. So we are not taking this 2. So we are taking this 1 and 2 value. That is 0th position value, it is 1. First position value, it is 2. Okay. So 0 colon 2, which is equal to 0 comma 1, means first we will take apart from this list. The positions are 0 and 1. And we replace this values of 1 and 2 with new value, that is 0 and 1. So here, instead of 1, it is 1, comma. Instead of 2, it is 2. Third one, there is no change, it is 3. Okay, so here 0 colon 2 means it is the position for updation, position for modification. Which is the position? It is 0 and 1. 0 to 2 means starting from 0, next value is 1. After that, there is no value because here the stop value is 2. So 0, 1 are the two positions that need modification. So we just take that 0 and 1 and replace this 0 and 1 with value 0 and 1. So here it is not 1 and 2. Here 0 is replaced with 1 and 1 is replaced with 2. Okay. So after executing this statement, the result is 0, 1, 3. Instead of this 1, the new value 0 is there. After that, instead of this 2, the new value 1. Is it clear? Is it clear? Amal, is it clear? Okay. So here L of 0 colon 2, which is equal to 0 comma 1, means the first part is for taking the particular position from the old list, that is L. After that, 0 comma 1 are the values that is used for replacing. So we will just replace this values, that is 1 and 2 with new value 0 and 1. Okay. Then here 0 colon 2, which is equal to A. 0 colon 2, which is equal to A. L of 0 colon 2 means this is the 0th position. This is the first position. We replace it with A. Here only one value is there. So instead of the 0 and 1, we will just use the single value A. Okay. So this is the first option and this is the second option. So this slicing is very important. So many MCQ questions are there for your term exam. So prepare well and learn well for this for the term exam from this portion. Okay. Okay. So the L of 0 colon 2, here two values are there. But the new value, old value, there are two values, but new value, it include only one value. So a single A, then 3. Just see the difference. Here I am using 2 value. Then we replace 1 with 0 and 2 with 1. But here I am using only one string value. So we replace this 1 and 2 with one value, that is A. Okay. So we replace this 1 and 2 with a single value A. So after executing this one, the result include only two parts, that is A and 3. Instead of 1 and 2, one single value is A, and after that the result it is the old value is 3. Okay. The next one, it is list manipulation. List manipulation. Write the heading list manipulation. So here there are different types of built-in functions. Built-in function means there is no definition. There is no need of writing the definition. We can just use that function without definition. That is built-in function. So element appending in a list. Appending means we can just add at the end. Okay. Here if L is equal to 10, 11, then appending means add at the end. If I want to add a new element at the end of a list, then I will use this append. Here I am using a value 21. Then the list will include 10, 11, 21. Okay, so here this is the old list. I want to add one more element at the end of this list. So I will use this append function. Append means add at the end. Okay, append function is used to add an element at the end of a list. Here, this is the old list. It includes two values, that is 10 and 11. I want to add one more value at the end of this 11. That is after 11, I want to write one more value. For that, I am using append. That is 10, 11, 21. Okay, then how we can write this append function? Here one example, that is L is equal to 10, 12, 14. L dot append within bracket 16. What is the meaning? I want to add this 16 at the end of this L. Here the result is 10, 12, 14, comma. After 14, I will add this one, that is 16. Okay. So append means add at the end of a list. Here the current value of the list, it is 10, 12, 14. I will just add one more value. For adding one more value at the end, use L dot. Here I want to update L. Okay, I want to update the list L. So start with L dot. Okay, if the list name it is L1 equal to, then you will write L1 dot. If this list name it is L1, then just write L1 dot append. Okay, so this append function is a function that is used to add a single value at the end of a list. The statement for appending it is start with list name, that is old list name. Here the old list name it is L1. So start with L1 dot append, write the value here. Okay. If the name of the list it is list1, then start with list1 dot append. Okay. Is it clear, Rahul?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that is appending in a list. Then next it is updating list elements. Updating list elements. So when we are using this append function, we can add a value at the end only. We can't place this 16 within this 10 and 12. Or we can't place this 16 within this 12 and 14. We can add this 16 only at the end because it is append function. If you want to add a value between a list, in between a list, then we use this indexing. That is L of 2 is equal to 24. What is the meaning? Here L include 0, 1, 2, 3. That is 4 values. The values are 10, 12, 14 and 30. I want to insert this 24. How I will insert? L of 2. That is in the second position, I want to include this 24 or insert this 24. So I will write L of 2 is equal to 24. So instead of this 14, this 24 is updated. Here 10, 12, 24 and 30 is the answer. In place of 14, it is replaced with a new value, that is 24. Okay, so updating list element means within this list, I am using 4 elements with 10, 12, 14 and 30. I want to update one of the value from this list. So I want to update this 14 with a new value, that is 24. For that purpose, I am using the statement L of 2. For what purpose we are using this 2? This 2 is the index value. That is 0, 1, 2. 2 is the index value. So L of 2 means the current value is 14 and this 14 is replaced with new value 24. Okay, that is updating list elements. Okay, so if you want to update a value from one old list, use this index value L of 2. Here this is the index value. If I want to update this 30 with a new value 35, what you want to write? That is L of 30 is for 3. Okay, the position value for this 30, it is 3. So write L of 3 which is equal to 35. That means L of 3 current value is 30 and it is replaced with new value, it is 35. So after executing this statement, 30 is not there, the new value is 35. Okay, then I want to update Sarah. I want to update first position with 50 value. How we can write the statement, Sarah? Sarah, I want to update 12 with a new value 50. Aparna? Basuri? No response. What happened to you, children? Basuri, am I audible? Alan, Varghese, Amal, Sarah, Aparna. Okay, only 4 are attending the class. All others just join the meeting and just without on the video and without no response from the. What happened to you, children? Sanjana?
Ma'am, L square bracket 12 equal to 50.
A square bracket 12.
L square bracket 12 equal to 50.
How it is 12?
Ma'am, you
L
said 12
square
only.
bracket 12. Here I am using index value. Instead of 12, you want to use index value. What is index value of this 12?
24.
Index value of 12. Index
One,
value means what? Yes, it is 1. Okay, so L of 1 is equal to 50. Is it clear? Sanjana, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Basuri. So today I will call all the parents. Okay. Okay, so it is updating a list elements, that is using the index value. There is no need of writing the value. Instead of writing the value, write the index value. So we don't know the index value. At the time of creating a list, we are creating a list with some value, not automatically the index value is generated. So you just write with pen or pencil the index value of 10. What is index value of 10? It is 0. 12 index value is 1. 24 index value is 2. Then last index value is 3. Then use this index value for updating the list elements. If you want to update the first value, write L of 0. If you want to update 12, write L of 1. If you want to update 24 or 14, write L of 2 because the index value of 14, it is 2. Okay. So the next one, it is deletion. How we can delete? Yes, Sarah, I will call many times. So next it is deletion of list elements. That is, for deleting a list, we are using the keyword del. Okay. So we can discuss this one in the next class. Time to stop.